And you get about halfway through this tunnel and you hear a high-pitched scream that's coming from the other end. And this kind of like dull flash of a purple light emanates from the other end of this tunnel, the end that you're traveling down. So
the one that we're traveling
towards, yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna yell, "Let's go!" or whatever, and I'm gonna start running.
I'm gonna pull out my shield and charge.
Okay, so you guys are charging down this. Carl, you definitely recognize this scream as Jill's. And you guys charge down this hallway, and you come through this large archway to another gigantic room. This thing is even larger than the room you just came from, maybe like 200 or 300 feet in diameter. Archways that lead up another 200 feet up to this roof that's kind of open to the sky, and you can see the stars coming through. You see a bunch of ornate archways that are lining the walls all around, kind of like a coliseum. And in each of these archways is a statue that portrays some hooded figures, some fighters, some craftsmen, a lot of different shapes. And you are currently standing on a really smooth marble floor, which is different than any of the other floors that you've been walking on. And in the center of the room, and this marble floor encompasses the entire base of this room. In the center, about 50 feet in front of you, is a winding staircase that goes up and around to a raised round platform, which is about 20 feet up, on top of which lays a pure white marble altar. You see Jill immediately, and she's actually floating in the air, and she looks limp. She's floating in the air, and she's surrounded by this purple light, which connects to this trail of energy down to another hooded figure that's standing on this altar, whose staff is kind of outstretched towards her.
And he's a statue, or he's a...
No, he's a figure. He's a moving. It's almost like you see another Tess. You see this is a really dark blue robed figure.
But earlier when you said there were statues of robed figures and shit, those were statues.
Yeah,
right?
So all around you in the room are archways like Colosseum, but in the middle of each archway is like a different shaped statue.
Okay.
I call out to who I presume is Felix.
Okay.
Like, hey, Felix, what are you doing? Or what's going on here? Something like that. Try to, like, startle him.
Okay, so he turns around. He's still holding he's still holding Jill up by his staff, but he turns around and he lets out this laugh, this evil laugh that's like...
How far away is Felix to myself?
Well, the platform he's standing on is about 50 feet from where you entered this room, and he's about 20 feet up this round staircase that goes all the way around the platform.
I'm gonna charge up after him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All three of you?
All three.
Okay, so all three of you, just seeing Jill in this way, are just going to charge towards this staircase, and Felix is still kind of laughing at you. And he's going, ha, 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 ha. And he points his right hand, his hand that's not holding this staff, and he fires this bolt of purple energy that splits into three pieces. And as it approaches you, it almost goes through your body, and you feel this extreme pain in your body, and you're actually pushed backwards and slam against these walls that are near where you entered in, and you black out. And for a second,
I cannot be put to sleep by magic.
You're not.
I guess I was knocked out, so it's
you're
different.
Knocked out. That would be very bad for the plot if you couldn't be. But so you black out, and in this blackout, all three of you see a vision, and you see all you see right now is this dark green fog kind of covering your entire space. And through this fog, eventually you see these 6 black shadowy figures that emerge, and you can't make out anything about them except that they do look like they have hoods on. And they're holding something in their hands. You notice that they reach their hands out and they're holding something in their hands. And as their hands part, this blinding white light bursts forth and dissipates all the fog and kind of comes and covers your eyes, so all you see is pure white. And then you wake up from this. You snap back into consciousness.
And you said there were how many of those guys?
6.
Okay.
So you snap back into consciousness. As you do this, you hear this rumble of stone, and you continually hear Felix's laughter. And you open your eyes, and you see that on the other side of this room, the marble floor that you're standing on is starting to crumble and kind of fall into this black abyss. So slowly, this crumbling floor is kind of creeping its way around this platform and coming towards you. But it does stop. It stops about 30 feet in front of you, so that in between this standing marble floor and the platform that Felix is on is just 20 feet of complete blackness that surrounds the rest of this room.
Okay. So,
Are we?
Can I do a religion check on the vision we just had? Whether it has any significance?
I'm just gonna say no. You really have no idea what just happened, except that you
Okay.
kind of turned towards them, and you could just see in their eyes that they kind of saw the same crazy thing. So Felix is still laughing, and you hear footsteps coming from behind you. And through the darkness of the tunnel, you see Tess. You see Tess, and she is running towards you, and she looks up because she heard this noise. She says, "Oh my gosh, what's happening? What's happening?" As she's running towards you, and she looks up and she sees Felix, and she says, Felix, what are you doing?" And Felix is just laughing. He's just laughing, and he says, "You can't stop me, Tess." God, I called her Jess before, and then I changed her name to Tess. So he laughs. He's just laughing, and he says, "You can't stop me, Tess. I was destined for this." And with his staff hand, the magic that is coming out of it, the purple energy that's coming out of it, stops. And Jill, who was once floating up above this now abyss, just falls. And she falls out of the air. And she falls into the abyss.
I let out a blood-curdling scream. No! Jill!
That's pretty convincing. That's pretty good.
something classy like "fuck this guy," and I'm going to throw a dagger at him.
You're gonna throw a dagger on him? All right. Go ahead.
Somebody's got to do something.
Make an attack roll. Go ahead.
Damn right I will. 20.
All right. Natural 20?
Nope.
Okay, so you chuck this dagger at about 50 feet, and he just puts his right hand up and swats this thing out of the way with this purple blast. Just like at ease. Just swats this thing out of the way, and it goes fluttering off and hits the wall to your right. And after this attack, he points his staff at an archway that's next to you guys. And a bolt of purple energy comes out and surrounds this statue of a knight. And this thing lifts up its head real quick and looks at you and starts to come out of this archway, stepping on this marble about 20 feet away from where you stand. And roll initiative.
13.
20.
And Tug got 16.
20, Carl?
Yes, 20.
16, Tug, and then Durf. Okay. And then, let's see. Tess rolled an 8. What'd you roll, Durf? Jamal, what'd you roll?
13.
13. All right. All right, so Carl, you're actually up first.
How far away is this stone behemoth?
It's about 20 feet off to your all's right. You see in the distance, Felix just isn't even paying attention to you all anymore. He is turned around and is studying over this altar.
What should I do?
Well, considering I can't do range stuff and I can't cross this crevasse, I'm going to go punch this stone thing with my fists. That's what I got.
I want to slowly move in the direction of the stone giant.
Okay.
And just kind of have out my warhammer, my shield, and be prepared. I want to see how he moves.
Okay.
Does he move quickly?
So it follows you as you move with his head, and it's moving like a normal knight. Like it's made of stone, but this guy is. It looks like it's pretty quick. It gears up for whatever he thinks you're about to do.
So is he how big? How tall is he?
He's about 8 feet tall. He's pretty tall dude. Pretty strong.
And what kind of
aggressive?
What kind of like weapon does he have?
What is he? He's got a tall, skinny shield that kind of goes from his toes all the way up to his chin, and he's got this long stone long sword that he's holding with his other hand.
I'm going to approach him slowly. Am I in range to be able to attack?
Yeah, you could run up. You're 20 feet.
Yeah,
away,
I'm gonna run up and attack. I'm gonna try and aim for his face with my warhammer.
Okay, sweet. Roll an attack roll.
13 plus. Where's your weapon at?
What is that?
It's your proficiency, your D20 plus proficiency plus your strength modifier.
Okay, so 18.
Okay, yeah, that's gonna hit. So go ahead and do damage.
It's a D8. 3 plus 2 plus 8.
Okay, sweet. So yeah, you hit this guy in the face, and you take a pretty sizable chunk out of his forehead. So he kind of backs up a little bit, and I'd say about a quarter of his face is now like crumbled into dust on the floor. It definitely didn't like that hit. It's his turn now, and he's going to just come straight back at you, and he's going to try to bash you with his shield that's on the right side of him. And he rolls a 16. Does that hit your AC?
My AC is 18.
Okay, so as he lifts his shield up, you kind of deftly dodge around it. You don't want to try to take on the brute force of this with your shield, so you kind of dip and dodge out of the way. Tug, you're up.
And I'm also within range, right? Because it was 20 feet, you said?
Yeah.
It seems, 8 foot tall, stone knight, fairly large shield, like you said, toes to chin, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, if it's 8 feet tall and I'm a halfling, I probably can't reach its face. So I'm going to try and do some acrobatic shit. And I'm going to come up on him, and I'm going to try and use his shield to kind of scale up to his head area.
Okay, I like it.
So I can have at least some sort of attack vantage point from here on out.
All right, so I'm going to need you to make an acrobatic roll, which is a D20 plus your acrobatics modifier.
15.
15. Is that with your acrobatics?
Yep.
All right. So yeah, you managed to kind of like scamper your way up this shield. So you're just kind of peeking over the top of it. All right. So go ahead and do what you want to do now.
Oh, and like I want to get like off of his shield onto him.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you're standing on top of
because he's got a shield in one hand and a sword in the other, right?
Yeah. He wasn't
So
really
like
expecting
to pull me
this.
off, he'd have to drop one of those things.
Yeah. Right.
It's kind of like in theory what I'm. So yeah, I just scaled the shield and kind of like a kid jumps on their parent's back, kind of grapples around their neck or whatever to hold on.
Okay, so you're going to
try what I'm doing.
Okay, so you're going to try to grapple this. So you did an acrobatics roll, and why don't you use an attack action just to see if, since you're an unarmed strike, just one straight D20 plus your Dex to try to grapple him.
Okay.
Well, you got to make a strength since you're grappling.
3.
Okay. So you jump off this shield and come at its face. And as you do, as you're kind of leaping towards his face, he comes up with his head, and with the piece of his forehead that he has left, he actually headbutts you, and you fly backwards, back about 5 feet away from him.
Just
Durf.
like I drew it up.
Exactly. Durf.
Yeah. I'm going to use Shillelagh, which is my cantrip, which turns my staff into spellcasting instead of strength.
Okay. That's cantrip. All right. So you're on your next attack, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's, yeah.
I think it lasts for some amount of time, right?
Yeah, sorry, my internet's kind of screwing up, but I believe it lasts 60 seconds. I'll look it up. 1 minute.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So up next, so you cast this thing on your staff, and it kind of glows with a light aura, and you're allowed to use your spellcasting next turn. Tess is gonna kind of like push you and tug out of the way as she rushes up to this this knight, and she takes her plain wooden staff with both hands and kind of shoves it like point first right into the chest of this thing, and it gets blasted with this force energy and flies backwards and falls over the marble floor into the abyss. And right at that moment that happens, you hear another rumble. This one's about 10 times as loud as you heard before, and you hear this groaning sound. And the next thing that happens very fast. The entire cavern, from the depths of this abyss, is starting to be covered in this dark green fog. And you hear Felix laugh again, extremely loud, and he says something like, "It is time." And the fog grows thicker and covers almost like a pillar that goes up from this abyss all the way up to the sky through the roof. And you can only barely make out a quick kind of rush of this gray flesh that comes flying up from this cavern, and the fog dissipates, and Felix is gone. And you hear the distant sound of screams.
Damn.
Which direction are the screams coming in?
You can really make out sound from the top of this cavern. So you're not sure, but you assume that you're hearing screams, and the only place you know of that's close enough is your town of Woodhaven.
I turned to Tess, like, what the hell was that? What just happened?
She says, I don't know, Felix. I don't understand what's going on. I've known Phoenix my whole life. I can't believe he would do something with this. I don't know what's going on. But I might have an idea who does.
Well, you're coming with us because we need you to sort this shit out. Plus, I don't know what that thing you just did on that stone statue, but next time, why don't we lead with that?
She says,
so we can maybe try to find a solution a little faster.
She says, I'm real sorry. My initiative roll was terrible. I just
lead the way. Let's get out of here.
All right, so she leads you back.
Carl, sorry your sister died.
Carl,
So is the fog gone?
the fog is dissipated. Yeah.
Has dissipated, and we are. Can we go? I would like to go up and investigate the altar. Is that possible?
It's about 20 feet in front of the marble floor that's crumbled, and it's just you and Black Abyss.
Can we perceive anything in the room?
Nothing more than you've seen already.
Okay.
All right, so Tess says, "Come with me," and you follow her, and she takes you back out through the tunnel, straight through this domed room with the pool, and back out the way you came. And you emerge from the tunnel that led out to the base of this cliff, where the the temple was. And you look at the forest around you, and it is demolished in a straight line from the temple straight to your town of Woodhaven. You can actually see Woodhaven at this point through this set of just dead and decaying trees, and the soil around you is just black, and there's like smoke billowing from a couple different places. And in the distance, you just see your town, and it does not look in good shape. And Tess says, "Listen, I know this has been a lot, and I know that obviously some shit has gone down, but I promise you that we will make this better. You just need to come with me." And she pulls out of her pocket this small bag. It's like a red leather bag. And she pulls out a little bead, like a little black bead the size of a marble. And with her staff in her left hand, she points it towards the sky, and this white wisp of smoke comes out and goes flying up into the air, and does like a little turn, and goes straight, and then kind of disappears. And she takes this black sphere from her right hand, and she casts it on the ground. And from around the place where she cast it, the soil starts to move and form this tall, like 7-foot tall archway of dirt and stone. And then this archway just becomes this kind of like blue, filmy light. You know, like when you blow a bubble and you see that like purpley different colors on the edge of the bubble. That's kind of what this looks like. And she says, "Come with me. Come with me. We'll be safe."
Where are you taking us?
To the only place in this world that I know is safe. The place where we came from, the Arcane Tower.
What about our families?
I think it's too late. It's too late. You see the city.
Didn't you also trust that guy who just killed Carl's sister?
Listen, listen. I know there's a lot. Like I said, I know that you've been through a lot, but you have to trust me on this.
I mean, all right, but we've got questions.
and I promise that we'll do our best to answer those questions in time. You just need to come with me now. We need to be safe.
All right.
Well,
All right.
let's go then.
All right.
Here we go.
So you guys step through this archway, and the world around you goes black for a minute.